never fall back down. So I already touched the ground. Someone please hear me. Oh, here we go. Feelings overflow. I don't really know what tone, 'cause I'm a restless soul. Oh, here we go. Feelings overflow. I don't know where to go. Yeah, I'm a hopeless soul. Oh, here we go. Feelings overflow. I don't really know what tone, 'cause I'm a restless soul. Oh, here we go. Feelings overflow. I don't know where to go. Yeah, I'm a hopeless soul.
Just met you, but you look. Oh, girl, you blow my mind. I know what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. Drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. Of course, you ain't the one to blame. Keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me, but I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. Wanna see you move. Sure, I like to listen. It's not like I don't wanna know. It's just that you've been talking to me 3 nights in a row. I think it's time to let go. Forget the past, just lose control. 'Cause life's too short for yapping. Come on and dance, come give me soul. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking. You keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dream. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking, but I.
What's going on? What's going on? We're back.
Yes. I cannot say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. No. Where we are heading now, babe.
In the chat room, put your age, your city, your gender.
To the edge of it all. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem.
Not a problem.
No. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow. To the edge of it all. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Candlelight. How we doing tonight, people? Thank you, Siri. See, I can always count on her to do what she's supposed to do. She pays attention. Always looking to do her job. Shout out to the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies out there. All right. We got 1,600 people in here. We should have at least 800 on the engagement. That's 800 on likes and dislikes. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you go ahead and do that. As we get into this, the only thing I will ask you guys is to make sure you hit that button, the like or the dislike. It just shows YouTube that you over here. Here's the thing, too. If we drop under 50% on the engagement, here's what you will hear. And if you don't want to hear that song, a lot of people are saying they're starting to like that song, so I'm going to change it. I will change it if too many of y'all start digging that song. I will find something that you don't like. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kevin Samuels. I'm a professional men's and corporate image consultant, and my job is to help my clients look good, smell great, and be their best each and every day. Oh, yes. Godfather got the fresh lineup because I'm about to flute out. Got to get out of here, man. Got to get out and do what I got to do. But before we get out of here, it's time to have this broadcast that I've been talking about for quite a while. And I've held it back for the longest, but tonight I think it's time to talk about it. And what is it? The subject of interracial dating and high value men. Like it or not, the subject of interracial dating, when interracial comes up, it really means, for black folks, it generally means black people and white people. And if a black woman was to date out, she gets congratulated. Serena Williams, Janet Jackson, Meghan Markle, the world is on fire. Hell, even Lonnie Love gets a pat on the back. But if a black man is to date out, oh my God, he is the scum of the earth. You know, Kobe Bryant could not even get in the ground good before you had some very disgusting comments made about him from women who were saying that it's guys like him, those high value black men, and they take all their resources and go give them off to, that evil white woman. Hold on. And yes, let's not kid anybody. When you talk about dating out in the black community, the hot button issue is black man, white woman. That's the hot button issue. And many black men just kind of avoid it because they don't want all the drama that comes along with it. No one wants to talk about it. We're supposed to just avoid the topic, avoid the subject, when everybody else in the world can seem to date out with no problems. My question is this. It's 2020. And especially after some of the things that we've seen this year, how the brother Ice Cube was treated by the women over on the Fox Cocktails and Queens thing. And even to a lesser degree, how Maxine Waters basically chastised all black men for daring to think for themselves. I got a question. And my question is this. One, why is it okay for black women to date white men? And it's not equally as okay for black men to date white women. Because when we get right down to it, it's the black-white thing. Yeah, we can bring in, Hispanics and Asians and Middle Eastern, but it's the white issue. And right up there with white women, right under there comes Hispanic women. And the reality is, as I see it, Generation X was probably the last generation of men who are pretty much going to marry and stick with their own group. Millennials, it's a 50-50 shot. And Zennials, they're dating out by default. And you can't ask the questions that often get asked. Who hurt you? How you going to ask a 16-year-old or 17-year-old, who hurt you? How are you going to ask any of these questions to guys who are under 21 years old? And, you have entire channels, entire platforms of black women. There's even a word for it, swirling. And I support it all. Hey, do you enjoy? Enjoy getting whatever you can get. But my question is, are white women stealing all the high value black men? We're going to talk about it tonight because I hear often from black women that I can't find a black man. They like black men all of a sudden just fell into a black hole or a void on their side of the world. And I just don't understand it. How you can be on a college campus and say you can't find a black man? For God's sake, they've been pre-filtered. They're on college campuses. Or in the work world where I see black men all the time. And when you do hear about them, well, if you do find a good brother like that, he's already with a white woman. Okay. To the people who are against interracial dating, and in particular, it comes when it comes to black men, because I'm willing to have my mind changed, but when I so far as I've seen it, the heat comes from when black men are dating non-black women, in particular a white woman. If a black woman's dating a non-black man, black men aren't sweating it for the most part. I don't really hear anybody complaining about it. What's the issue, ladies? What is the issue with productive, competitive, successful black men that you don't want, that you can't seem to find, that you don't think exist? What is the issue with them going off and dating someone that makes them happy? Maybe that's it. Looking on blackdemographics.com, let me go ahead and pull up a stat real quick because I want everybody to see this. So everybody we're all on the same page. You got 2 minutes to get the likes up, and then when the song goes on. Black marriage in 2017. Black men, 85% have a black wife. So we can knock it off, acting as if marrying out is so. And then 9% have a white wife, 3% have a Hispanic, and 3% have other. So 85% of black men who are married have a black wife. 93% of black women who are married have a black husband. But these numbers are changing. How many black men and black women have married out? Go check this out. Black women are more likely to be married than white women until 1970. Black men were more likely to be married than white men until 1960. This is a really good place for you ladies to start getting information about what's really going on, instead of a bunch of these hyperbolic statements and a bunch of stuff your nanny and your auntie and everybody else done told you. But let's get right on down to it. You're a productive, competitive, successful black woman. You want a black man to marry and make black children. But 1 in 4 of you will get married. 1 in 4 of you will marry, period. And I think the better question is, why are white women stealing all the high value men? Let's reframe that question. Roland Martin and Ice Cube were going back and forth when he was talking about this whole contract with Black America. And Ice Cube asked Roland Martin a really good question. Roland Martin said, wait a minute. Donald Trump has long said that part of his strategy for re-election was to steal 20% of the black male vote. Claudia Jordan said the same thing. And Ice Cube said, well, wait a minute. If black folks have been voting Democratic at the rate of 90+% for the last 50 years, how can anybody come in and steal 5, 10, 20% if they're already covering what black men need? See, the question ain't how can Republicans come steal black male votes? The question is, what are the Democrats not doing to secure their black male voters? You see where we're going with that? How can a white woman come steal your black man? How can a Hispanic woman come steal your black man? How does that happen? How has it happened that these men, the cream of the crop, the college educated, the business class, the guys who are getting out there and making it happen, Why do you tend to see so many of these men be with non-black women, according to you guys? Soon as he get money, he go get a white girl. Why? If you type in all capitals, you will be blocked. Glory City. I'm going to time you out. If you type in all capitals, you will be blocked. If I have to tell you one more time, I will ban you. I do not like people coming into my chat room typing in all caps. That is a low budget, cheap ass way to get attention. You want attention that much? Put it in a super chat. So tonight, ladies, what things won't work? You can't use the sign. You can't hold up your signs. You can't use shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. The question is, do you have a problem with high-value black men marrying out? I'm asking the ladies, do you have a problem when you see the good black men, the high-value black men, however you want to slice it, do you have a problem with it? What's going on? Why is this? Get the likes up. Show that. Do. Exotic Sun Goddess says, I find it so weird that black men fantasize and fetishize white women. So odd. See, again, that's a shaming tactic. Let me go ahead and show you what she said. See, I'm going to show you where this argument's going to go for me. I'm going to show you a typical shaming tactic. So, Exotic Sun Goddess came in with the typical shaming tactic. The disingenuous posing of a question. I find it so odd that they fantasize this instead of asking the question, why? How about this, Exotic Sun Goddess? Why don't you ask the question? See, what I find, especially with a lot of people who tend to have these really unique names like this, you women, you never ask the question. You never ask why. Why are higher value men marrying out? Why are higher value men not dating you? Why? The first thing you want to do is go to use your old playbook, shaming them for doing it, insulting them for doing it, guilting them for doing it, and you don't even know why they're doing it. But you don't do that when it comes to women. Isn't that ironic? All right, so I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The likes are not where they need to be. So here's what we're going to do. Get my likes up, and we're going to need at least 10 more people to throw something there too, because I'm not going to have this conversation that we need to have. And y'all, no. Get it. Likes, get them up. I am Alpha. She doesn't have the same energy for women. She's a hypocrite. never happens, what rarely happens, I rarely, if ever, see black women asking black men a good faith question. I've asked this question on many platforms, many panels on YouTube for years. All right, if 30% of the black men who marry and have a bachelor's or higher, 30% of that number marries a non black woman. Again, of the total number of black men who marry, and of those men who have a bachelor's or higher, 30% marries a non black woman. I have yet to see black women having a good faith conversation and asking black men, why do you choose to do this? I've asked many black women, some who claim to be male friendly. And when it comes right down to it, I don't care why they do what they do. They just need to go over there. But they gone over there with their white woman and don't say nothing on community issues. You don't get to know. So in other words, you see an issue. You see something that you have a problem with, an issue with. But you never ask men why they do what they do. See, that's all this question really is. Why are men picking what they pick, ladies? And people will come in here, and a lot of these women will come in here and start using the same old tactics: shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right, instead of asking a question. They fantasize, they fetishize. Did it? Why? Why? And the answer really comes down to is, honestly, many of you ladies don't care to know the truth. Many of you want guys to sit down and be quiet, and that's fine. This isn't the channel for you. Because here's the thing, I don't mind if black women decide to marry a non-black man. I don't care. Pick the best person that's going to make you happy. But what I want to know is, for all the ladies who seem to have a problem, because that's really what a lot of this is, that kind of motivates people on this channel. They come over here and they see men doing a different thing, and it's like, well, wait a minute. They're not over here calling us a bunch of this and that, and they're speaking differently and moving differently. But why are the outcomes tend to be the same? Do you ladies even care to ask the men? I mean, seriously, do you ladies even care to ask men why they do what you do? Or do you just want to say they're wrong? Do you just want to say that they're wrong? Dr. Tia Johnson was on my channel about a month ago, and he teaches Black masculine studies at University of California. Is it Santa Barbara? And one of the things he said years ago shocked me. He's like, the number one enrollees in my Black masculinity studies are white women. And when he pulled them to the side and asked, he's like, why are y'all enrolled in this class? This is about Black masculinity. They said, well, I like black men. I like black men, and I want to learn more about the culture so I can be a better girlfriend, fiance, wife, significant other to the black men that I choose to deal with. Listen to what these women are going to getting college credit to go learn about a culture just to be a better girlfriend. Now, he said, it's not so much white women anymore, it's Hispanic women. And the question I'm trying to ask is, do you care enough about black? You say you want your high value men. You say you want this. You say you want that. But how is that being shown to the men that you say you want? Because the myth that when you get on, you leave your ass for a white girl, you need to ask why. Even if you accept it to be true. I'm not going to argue, but why? Last night, I said accountability, honesty, and apology. The aha moment. A lot of you ladies would do well to have an aha moment. Take accountability, be honest, and apologize. I'm going to open up the call line earlier today because I didn't do this topic to trigger you, to insult you, to start a pejorative conversation. But I would be lying if I didn't say that there are lots of non-black women who are always sniffing around these spaces. And it baffles my mind why so many women who are so intelligent, educated, you just can't see, you just refuse to ask the important questions about the men. It's like, excuse me, it's just my opinion. It seems to me that many of you just want black men to do what you say. Like Maxine Waters and those, the cocktails and queens and so many other black men are just supposed to do what you say. We're not supposed to ask any questions. Just do what you say. That's not going to work. You want productive, competitive, successful men, leaders. Those men are the leaders, the men who can pay bills and that kind of stuff. Cool. But are you good with sitting under black male authority? And that is one of the reasons why, when I've asked men why you married out, one of the main reasons is because they're used to dealing with men in authority. They come from a culture or a neighborhood or a family where men were in authority. Thus, they were more cooperative with my plan. Ladies, it's really that simple. So, due respect to the woman that came in here talking about fetishizing white women, you're off base. You've drank the Kool-Aid and been marketed to. That's what they've told you, that it's just because of the, no. Black men are attracted to black women. But can you work with your guys? I mean, we're talking about the high value, the ambitious, assertive, aggressive, ambitious men. They're going to need cooperative women. And are you cooperative? All right. 3,700 people in here. Need to get the likes up. All right. You guys want me to open up the call line? Because I really do want to have a conversation with the ladies. All I ask you to do is be polite. That's all you have to do is be polite. One thing you cannot do is you cannot talk over me, because it makes the broadcast difficult for everybody to hear. So you cannot talk over me. That's it. As long as you don't talk over me, we should have no problem. When I open up the Zoom line too, I'm noticing some of you guys are just having a problem when it seems to be following just basic instructions on getting your audio connected. And I'm kind of tired of having to hear this over and over again. So I'm going to show you guys something that should not, okay? I want to show you something. All right. So let me put this down. So when you call in on a Zoom, check it out. When you call in on Zoom, this is what it's going to ask you. To hear others, please join audio. You need to click this call using internet audio if you want to get on the show. Pay attention. You must select that or your audio will not connect. I'm going to leave this up here because I don't get it. I don't understand why some of y'all just can't seem to figure this out. All right. So here it is. You must connect with this. Oh, well, we're not going to open the call line until we get the donations up. Nope. No, we're gonna need. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's 1, 2, 3 people. Nope. Nope. We want. You want this to open up? Hit that link. Show some support. And these shows don't pay for themselves. They don't pay for themselves. So how do you support the show? You support the show right there by hitting the $ right there. And you can put your message in there. $1, $2, $3, $5, $10. Come on, man. Now, this is an issue. Black doctors. Let's talk. I mean, I'm not talking about athletes and entertainers. I'm talking about we're talking about men in the trades who are business owners. We're talking about guys in tech, in sales, in real estate. They're doctors, they're lawyers, guys with high profile positions. There is a cap on being a bachelor in corporate America. In order to continue to move up, especially in white collar worlds, men know being a family man helps you versus being a bachelor. And if you think you can move up to CEO or regional vice president or director because you can work longer hours than a married man, you're crazy. You're crazy. Why is it important to know this? Because there's so many women who I think erroneous, you've been told that that there were no men out there on your level. No, they're out there. Because one thing I will say that when a woman sees a high value man from their race, from their group with another woman, a lot of times, let's get right to it. When a black woman sees a high value black man with a white woman, one of the first things that goes through her mind is, dang, he should at least be with a black woman. Keep it black. Why did he pick a non-black woman? Oh, because he hates himself. No. Too easy. Why should he keep it black? Where are the women for him to pick from? Are there more high-value men or are there more high-value women? Talked about that before too. Here we go. Let's get into it. Here's how we're going to do this. Be polite. This is going to be a good topic. This should be very interesting. I am looking forward to these phone calls. Be nice.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunatic.
So the real question becomes, why is it that other groups, black doctors, doctors and lawyers and Indian chiefs, and why you can have women who are physicians marry tech guys, why is it that you can have successful, productive, college educated, masters, PhDs,
I'm a PhD.
of all other races marry each other and go off and live successful lives in suburbia, but it's like successful, high value black men can't seem to find the successful, high value black women? Why is it that you got these women over here and they're dating down and guys over here dating out? I mean, what's the problem? What's the problem? Because they both exist. What is the problem? Let's get to it. I don't see what the issue is here. All right, it clearly said this. Who is this? Nope. Hello? Yeah, you. All right, join the show, ladies. Because I also think it's interesting that the higher value people of any race, there's a loyalty. When Ben Affleck was kicking with J-Lo, I said he'll never marry her. Everybody, nah, let's go down that path. Unmute yourself. Who is this? Wilson? No, thank you. Remove your guy. Remove. This person, AUD. I'm putting you back in the AUD. I'm putting you back in the chat room, in the waiting room. You need to collect your audio. I've said it once. I'm not going to say it again. Alyssa, unmute yourself, please. You need to turn the YouTube channel off in the background.
It's off. You still hear it?
No, go ahead.
Oh, hi. How are you?
I'm good. What do you got for me?
So you want us to talk about the issue with black men dating outside of their race, right?
Well, I'm asking, why do you think they do? Especially the high value guys, because that's who you care about.
I mean, I think the high value men, I mean, there's such a small percentage of high value men out there.
Okay, let's just talk about the ones that earn over 6 figures, 10%.
I think some of them, they have a preference. Some of them like a certain woman. I mean, I think everybody likes different things. And when you're a high value man or woman, obviously, when you have money, you have the ability to be able to, go out there and get other things. Money can't buy love,
other things like what?
Hold
on. Other things like what? You said they tend to like other things.
Like quality. Better, you can get better quality women. When you have more money, you're able to make yourself look better. You're able to look more presentable. So therefore, you're able to go out there and
so
meet other people.
Let's make it simpler. So there's a black man. He makes $100,000 or more in Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, And yeah, he makes more, but he's still in the top 10% of earners. Why can't the qualities that you're talking about, do they exist in black women?
Um, I mean, there are. I think there are quality Black women out there. It's just sad that it may seem like to a lot of people that there aren't high quality Black women out there. But I think a reason for that is because a lot of what we see on the media. I don't think high quality Black women
Okay, okay.
parade
See,
themselves on social media and all
wait,
that,
wait, 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 wait,
or
wait,
they're taken, or
wait,
they're
wait, wait,
married. A
wait,
lot of
wait,
high
wait, wait,
quality.
wait, wait. No, 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 can't, don't overtalk. Okay, now you're starting to lose me
Why?
because I asked of the qualities you're saying that a guy would want. I asked you, do they exist in black women?
Yes.
Okay, then if they exist in black women, why aren't they being picked?
Some Black men are not attracted to Black women.
Okay, ma'am. See, now you're about to lose me again.
I'm not trying to lose you,
Yeah,
Kevin.
because I think you're starting to become disingenuous. Because what you're doing is trying to split a hair.
Well, what do
Stand,
you what do you?
listen,
It's like you're
listen,
fishing
listen,
for an
listen,
answer.
listen. Okay, can you hear me when I'm talking?
I can. Don't get frustrated with me. I'm here.
Don't tell me what to do
Okay, sir. Sorry.
because I shouldn't have to keep over talking you. I can hear you when you speak. I'm just asking a question. If okay, ma'am, yes, maybe there are a percentage of men who prefer different things, but most people prefer their own race. So can we just stick to the majority of the conversation? Let's say the qualities you were talking about. I asked you, do they exist in black women? You said they do. I said, why aren't those women getting picked? And you went to the minority. Some people don't like their own race, but the majority of people do. Can we stick to the majority? That's all I'm asking.
I understand what you're asking. Um, I also think it's a difficult question, but I think it's a question that can be answered in several different ways. Why are these men not picking Black women? I think some of them are, some of them aren't. The ones who aren't picking the Black women are not attracted to Black women. They've dated Black women. They've had bad experiences with Black women, some of them, some women are going to say, oh, they hate themselves. Maybe some of them do hate themselves.
All
I
right.
don't know, but I don't know many Black men who
So
hate themselves.
do most high value men pick women from their own race across the world?
Is that a fact?
I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know if that's a fact that high value Black men usually
Okay.
want to date Black women.
Do most people pick people from their own race?
Yes,
So then it stands to reason that most high value men pick. You don't see.
correct. I
Listen,
do.
you don't see high value white men marrying non-black, marrying non-white women in mass. So I'm saying that what you're doing is you're kind of splitting hairs. And here's what I honestly think. I think the qualities that you're saying that they look for in other women are not as readily available in most black women today. And the number one quality is cooperation.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. Black women, including myself, are very uncooperative at times unless we find a man that we feel is masculine and we feel safe with. Black women, we're very emotional.
That's bull crap.
You think
Because
so?
yeah, because basically, well, let's just say it's not bull crap. That's a fancy way of saying that we have to handle you. In order for you to act like women should act, you have to choose to put down the BS. But it's a
But
choice.
don't you think that's realistic?
No, I
But don't you
don't.
think what
No,
you
I
just
don't.
said
No,
is
I don't.
realistic when
I
it
don't
comes to
think it
Black
is.
women? I
No,
think a
I
lot
don't
of
think it
Black
is. You're over
women
talking me.
choose.
All right, this is gonna go real bad. How old are you?
38.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And
I speak.
Yeah, that's the no man's land sound.
I know.
Because what you're saying ultimately doesn't work. Because you're unmarried and alone. That's why I said it makes no sense because it doesn't work. Go
I
ahead.
don't understand what you mean. What doesn't work?
It doesn't work. It
That's
means
when
you
you
don't
lost
get
me.
husbands.
You lost me. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Okay, it doesn't work. Meaning you don't get the outcome desired. Meaning being married. See, we judge very simply over here by outcomes. And the outcomes is if you keep on, I'm gonna keep fighting and I'm not gonna do whatever until you prove to me that you're the kind of man I can trust or whatever. And that makes you uncooperative when the rest of the market is cooperating right off the rip. That means I'm going to pick somebody that's cooperative. And then they're going to pick somebody else who's cooperative. That means you uncooperative women will remain unpartnered,
But that's
unmarried,
not what I
meaning
said,
it does
Kevin.
not work.
Well, that's not what I said, and that's not what I meant by what I was saying. All I was trying to say to you or try to explain was that I believe a lot of Black women, including myself, choose what type of or choose who we're going to be
Right.
submissive to. We're
Right.
not
And that's
submissive to
fine.
every man that
You
tries
okay?
to
And
say
okay.
that.
And have you ever chosen? And what man have you chosen to submit to in your 38 years?
Um, I would say about
Thank you.
3 or 4
No,
in
no.
my
What? So
lifetime.
what? No, no. Okay. You and what's the longest relationship you ever had?
8 years.
1 year.
I said 8 years.
8 years. How long ago was
Mhm.
this?
This ran from about 2012 up until this summer.
And why didn't this man choose to marry you
Um,
since you submitted to
honestly,
him?
he told me he didn't believe in marriage. That's all he told me.
Oh, okay. And when did he tell you this? And you're what?
He always told me this from the
Right.
beginning.
Did you want to get married?
Um, I didn't really want to get married because I have 2 children already who are teenagers, and I just
Surprise.
wanted to, no,
Surprise.
I didn't want to get married at the time. No, I didn't.
Surprise. I'm not trying to be funny, man, but
No, I mean, it's
I
funny to
mean,
you. It's funny, but I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm
but the
not
thing
here to
is,
lie.
but what I'm saying is, you
Would
have
I
two.
like to have married him? Yes, of course. I was with him for 8 years, but he
But
didn't want to marry me.
stop. All right,
That's not funny.
listen. S- What you did not yield the outcome you would have even wanted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to deconstruct. You were with somebody for 8 years who didn't want to get married. And you know you wanted to get married, but he didn't want to get married. But why'd you stay there? Number one. Number two, you got one kid, 2 kids. Were you married to either one of the fathers?
Both my children have the same father, and we were not married.
Why did he choose not to marry you?
Um, again, we were engaged, but
Again, I don't count
we were
engage.
young.
I don't, no, no, I
Yeah,
don't.
we didn't get married because we were young. I was in my
You,
20s when
ma'am, that's
that.
not young. That's an adult.
I didn't want to get married.
Okay,
That's
so
the answer.
listen, you're a perfect case. You're a headstrong, uncooperative Black woman who does things the wrong way. You have babies without the benefit of marriage. You deal with men who don't want to marry you. It doesn't work. Do you have a daughter?
Yes, she is.
Would you recommend her to go down, to do what you did in life?
Hell no. No,
Why?
absolutely not.
Why?
Because it's sad.
Because it doesn't work, and that's all I'm trying to get you to understand
No.
is what you
Oh,
do.
I know it doesn't work. I know.
But
Yeah, I know it doesn't work. Obviously, I know that doesn't work because I'm 38 years old and
but
I've
the
lived
whole
through my own
notion, but the
experiences.
whole notion of I'm not going to do this until a man does that doesn't work. Femininity
No,
is not.
I didn't say that I behave that way.
Okay.
I say most Black women
Femininity is not
do.
something you turn on and off.
All I was just saying was,
But it's not something you turn on and off. You don't get to just keep talking, ma'am. Okay. I'm going to unmute you so you can say what you have to say, but you can't just keep doing that. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? I'm unmuted. But I wasn't saying that all Black women are uncooperative. I just said a lot of us are, and it's
Why?
because we're choosy. We're just very
What do you mean
choosy. It may not
choosy?
be.
Choosy?
Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. So, let me get this right.
there aren't
No,
a
no,
lot.
no, 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 no. See, this is my time. You're uncooperative. Women like yourself are uncooperative because you're choosy. Please explain what that means.
From my own experience, and I cannot speak for every Black woman out there. I am a Black woman who was born and raised in New York City. So, being in my environment, there wasn't a lot of quality young men or,
I
men
asked
that I
about being
come close
choosy,
to
man.
knowing.
I asked you about you being uncooperative because you're choosy. You give me environment. Why? What does that
I mean,
mean?
I'm choosy. I don't know. I can say at 38, I can still count on both my hands how many men I've had sex with in my entire life.
But you haven't explained
And
choosy, ma'am. Uncooperative and being
explain it in
choosy
what way? What do you mean?
because what you're saying doesn't make sense. Choosy, choosy means picky.
Selective.
Okay,
Picky, yeah,
so you select who you're cooperative with.
absolutely.
All right, and look at what it's done for you.
What do you mean? Because I'm not married, it's made me an unmarried woman at 38. Is that, you know, I don't think that's the end all be all. I don't
Oh,
think,
okay, okay.
I
Well,
know
see,
you
you now
think
you're
I'm in
still
the
talking.
danger
You're still
zone.
talking.
Oh, I
See,
didn't hear you talking.
well,
Sorry, I didn't hear you
because
talking.
you can keep. Look at what it's done for you. You are strong, opinionated, and unwed. Look, ma'am. Maybe here's the funny thing. So many Black women like yourself this think marriage is well. I don't need it. It's no big deal. Yeah, it really does matter.
I agree.
Your ability to. Okay, let me ask you a better question. Before I ask this, the guy you were with for 8 years.
Yes.
By the way, did you go to college?
Yes.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
Uh, a master's, PhD, anything?
Bachelor's.
Bachelor's. Does the guy you were with for 8 years go to college?
Yes.
Where did he go to school for?
He went to school for engineering.
All right. Is he an engineer?
No.
Right. Who earned more, you or him?
Now at this point, me.
Right. So, again, you're a mother of two who's with a man you out earned. What is that? Why is that relevant? Because you had to pick a lesser male. Because, ma'am, part of the reason is your uncooperative nature. Part of the reason you have two kids from another guy who was probably on the same level as the last guy. You don't
That's
get the
not true.
okay, fine, but you don't get. But here's what is true: you don't higher value men do not select women like yourself to marry. They may hook
That's
up with you.
okay. That's
It's
okay.
it's okay. It's okay that okay. And see what I want you young women to hear is these are your mamas and your nannies and your aunties. See, you're saying it's okay when young Black women are saying, I don't want any parts of your life, ma'am. I don't want to be strong like you and have to work until I die. I
I
would
mean,
rather. I don't want no no. You got younger women all day, and even women they don't. See, it's not okay. So you're all right with working until retirement age, but you and being uncooperative and picky. Good, ladies. This is your
that's
choice.
what you're
Do it
saying
this
is not
way.
what's
Do
true,
it this.
Kevin.
Well, yeah, man. Because
Not accurate.
it's very accurate. I said higher value men do not choose to make women like you their wives. And you said it's okay as if you wouldn't want to have one of these, you wouldn't want to have the lifestyle that these kind of men can provide.
I think everyone would want to have that
But in order to
lifestyle.
get it, you're going to have to shut your mouth and get on somebody's a program and under their authority. But that's not in you. So you get lesser men. That's all I'm saying. So if you're okay with having to work during the pandemic, during everything else, good. But then don't complain that you got to work. See, that's what other groups of women get. When you cooperate with a man, you don't have to pull out the cape and be the superwoman and go do everything. But so many black women like yourself, that's your pride. I'm good. I'm fine. I don't
No,
need
you're
it.
right. Can I say something? Because you're just going on. It just sounds like what you're saying is very negative. But I
No, it's
do
very
agree with what
true.
you.
You say, no, no, ma'am. No, no, no. No, no. I don't like when you is what I just said accurate, factual, precise.
Not 100%, but
I didn't
yes,
say
what you're saying is
100%.
correct.
Ma'am, this is our culture. And you said it's what I just ran down was culture. The women in my family, the women in New York, California, Oklahoma, black women across the country fit into this culture. It's not negative, it's true. But you guys don't like the truth. You call the truth negative and bashing. And that's another problem we have in our culture. You got to stop calling the truth negative. Hell, somebody the other day called obesity white supremacy.
What? No. Um, can I just say something?
Go ahead.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, Kevin.
I know you
But I
do.
just,
You just going to fight.
you don't let me talk. I let you talk. You don't
Go
let me
ahead. Go
talk.
ahead. Go ahead.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I just also want to say that these high value men that you're talking about, we all know that they exist, but they're not a needle in the haystack, but heck, you might as well say they are a needle in the haystack. And a lot of women, black women especially, are taught to be,
Who taught you?
strong
Who
and to
taught you that though?
work.
Who taught
Of
you
course,
that?
we all know our mothers taught us
Well,
that.
then that's
And
wrong.
I understand it, but let me just finish. And yes, it's wrong. Our mothers taught us to be strong and to be that way because there wasn't, or maybe there wasn't a man around. Like, for example, I didn't grow up with my father in my life. My grandfather died when
Okay,
my
where
mother
is
was
your
a little
father
girl.
alive?
No, my father died in 2009.
Okay, let me ask you a question before you go on.
Sure.
Did you ever talk to your father and get his story from his lips?
Never, no. I was too young.
2009, you were 27.
No, I'm 38.
And 2009 was 11 years ago.
Oh, sorry. So then he didn't die in 2000. He died in 2000 and he died when I was like, oh, God. No, you're right. Yeah, I
I
was
know I'm
27.
right.
Go
And my
ahead. Go
point
ahead.
is this.
Yeah,
You
go
are
ahead.
see, and what you're about to tell me is you guys are raised to be strong. And your mother and black women have raised their children to be softer men and harder women. And the problem is you never got your father's story from his own mouth. And you're old enough to know that your mother is probably going to give you the story to make her look good.
Who, me?
Well,
No,
I will
not
put
really.
it
I
to you
don't even
this
get
way.
along with
One
my
of the
mother.
things
I
I
don't even
tell
get
people to
along with
do,
my
what I
mother.
tell people to do often, is you need to go get your father's story from his mouth because I am sorry, ma'am. I let me just take women never, well, women rarely take accountability. Women often make, your dad was horrible or that. If you didn't get his story, you don't know what happened truly. You got your mother's interpretation. There's your mother's interpretation, there's the father's interpretation, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. But at the end of the day, you are an unmarried, uncovered, hardworking, single by choice black woman out here living on one income hard. This is a hard life. And you're saying black men who are high value are a needle in a haystack. In New York City, you can throw a rock on any block and see them. And they're with non-black women. They exist. You were told they didn't exist. They do. And if they exist, why don't they pick you and women like you? And this is one of the reasons. Cooperation. You were not taught to cooperate with a man.
A lot of Black women are very cooperative because our mothers, even though a lot of
Cooperative
us,
with whom?
let me just say this, Kevin, please. A lot of Black women are cooperative, I believe, and I will say that even though a lot of our fathers weren't in the household, a lot of us are cooperative because
Cooperative with whom?
because we were raised by very domineering, strict Black women who
You
raised
can't just
us
keep,
to
you can't
work
say you're,
hard
no,
because
no,
they
no. You
told
cannot say
us
you were cooperative and
you
not
can't
say
depend on a
cooperative with whom.
man. That's what they told us.
No, 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 no. You cannot just say
No,
you're
that is true. Black mothers.
No, I'm going to mute you because you can't just say you're cooperative and not say with whom are you cooperating. You can unmute yourself. But see, you guys just throw stuff out there like we supposed to accept it. Cooperative with whom?
With the men I've been in relationships with.
Ma'am. Okay. Have you ever been in a relationship with a man who's a provider male? Who can actually,
Yes.
that can pay the cost to be, okay. Yes.
Yes. With my children's father. I'll give you that example. Yes.
And why didn't he want to marry you?
He did. I told you I didn't want to get married.
But then why'd you have one and two babies?
Because I wanted 2 children. I wanted a boy and a girl, and I got what I wanted.
Oh,
And I was
Jesus.
giving up.
You can't make this shit up.
You can't. I'm being
You can't
honest
make
with
it
you.
up. You can't make it up. So
What's wrong with that?
this is why I say you can't make this up. Cooperate.
I didn't want to be married.
He wanted to get married. She did not want to. This woman says she's cooperative. All she talks about is what she wants. Why didn't he marry you? He wanted to marry me, but I didn't want to. That don't sound too cooperative. Anybody in the chat room, please tell me. And to her, this makes sense. Woo! Hello. Hi, how are you? What do you have for me?
Yesterday, 2 days ago. I'm really appreciative of your content. I thank you for all of the free game you're giving us here. I just sent you a super chat.
Appreciate it.
Gosh, I don't want to go off topic here from what you're discussing about what is from the racial, interracial dating, correct? This is what we're talking about tonight.
Well, we're just asking why the whole notion of why are high value Black men being stolen by other groups of women.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
the overall premise. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you could tell. I am a white woman. I'm 43. I've never been married. I don't have children. I've never lived with a man. So I'm going through the transformation, well, rediscovering my feminine power, unlearning all of the bull stuff that I was crammed on me, working like a man for the last 20 years or so. But I'm sorry, I guess I don't really have a question right now. I wasn't expecting you to unmute me.
That's okay.
I guess in terms of interracial dating, I know I decided I went ahead and created another profile online to approach things totally different. And because I've never have dated outside of my race before. I've had a lot of other different men who, advanced at me and so forth, but I was never attracted to it. And I guess in seeking a higher value man, or not just seeking a higher value man, but I'm doing the inventory on myself.
Hold on. 43?
Yes, sir.
How many kids do you have?
I have no children.
When you start talking about higher value men, it's going to be difficult to date a higher value man.
I understand. I understand that. I accept where I am in life. I accept the lane that I'm in, is what I'm saying. But at least when I say higher value man, I guess maybe that, just speaking down to brass tacks, is just a man who's a protector and a provider. He doesn't have to be a CEO, because I supported those types of men in my job.
Well, I would say, hold on. Let me get back to Elisa.
Sure.
Elisa.
Yes, I'm here.
You notice? Okay. So you said you were cooperative.
At times, yes.
I mean, go back and listen to this portion of the thing, man. You had a man that you were all right with having not only one child but two children, but you didn't want to cooperate and marry him. Why?
I didn't want to marry my children's father because when I got pregnant with my first child, I was in college and I wanted to finish college, and he wanted me to like drop out after I had the baby. And
Uh,
you know,
ma'am,
yes,
that makes no sense. Women are married in college all day long. Let's get to the truth, man. You didn't want to marry him. Why?
I guess I didn't see myself being with him for the rest of my life.
Oh,
For
but you
whatever
will make
reason,
a
I felt like in
person,
my 20s.
but you'll give him the highest honor a woman can give a man.
Crazy, right? Yeah, I know.
No, it's not crazy. It's sad.
I mean, I wasn't trying to get pregnant, but I didn't want to have an
Okay, I
abortion.
no
So when
no,
I
but
got
you
pregnant,
did,
I was like, okay.
but you got pregnant anyway, and you were in college. So I don't give it to you being 13 years old. You're a college student, and you
No.
had another baby. What's more likely is you didn't want to submit. You didn't want to have to be told what to do by nobody. You all right having the kids, but you don't want to have a man telling you where to come, where to go, what to do, what not to do.
No, I didn't. It wasn't. I've always been a homebody, so I
It
never
doesn't
had those
matter.
issues.
It doesn't matter. So in other words, you've decided to pick a baby, make a baby with a man who wanted to marry you. You didn't want to marry him, but he was good enough to reproduce with. And see, I'm letting this go, man, because at the end of the day, well, I mean, was he involved in his children's life?
Yes, he still is.
Good. Um, Cooperation, man. Cooperation. And if I asked you, would you tell your daughter to go down the same path you're going down?
No, I want my daughter to make better decisions.
Does that involve a husband and a family?
Yes, of course.
How is
That's
she going?
ideal.
How is she? How do you think she's going to get there with you as a mother, as a shepherd? She sees an uncooperative woman.
What do you mean, shepherd? I don't understand.
You're shepherding her into femininity, into her adult feminine. She's under you. You will be her model for how she handles men. She'll say, she didn't marry my dad. And then she was over here with this dude for 8 years and didn't marry him. You're not modeling marriage. You're not modeling family. You're modeling do what you want to do. Have a man, have a relationship, fine. But anything, a real family, and see, that's what's missing in our community is our women are so independent from us. And it doesn't surprise me that you value college more than you do a man.
I did at that time, yes.
Exactly. That's why. And here's the thing.
Because when you're in your 20s, that's what you're thinking. Well,
No, no,
not
no, no.
everybody, but
That's what black women are thinking. Other groups of women go to college and get husbands. See, you are the only
I'm a
group of,
black woman,
excuse
Kevin, so
me,
I understand
you're the
people think
only
like that.
group of women that think you can live and exist and do fine without your man. You're the only group in this country that thinks that makes any sense.
Because most of
Nope. Not going to let you get that off because we have a jacked up culture and your mother's warped you. And you've been told your daddies weren't there, such and so forth. Until you get your dad's side of the story, I'm not hearing all that. All right. Not gonna keep going back and forth with that. That's where it is. Hello, Chanel. Hello. Chanel. 1, 2, 3. Chanel's not saying anything. All right. A Marie. 1. Unmute yourself, A Marie. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hello. Your first name is. All right. She's not here either. Oh, wow. What's going on with the audio with you folks? Marie. Yes. Hi. How are you? Good. What do you got for me? What's your first name? Okay. Go ahead.
Just on, I guess, like the general reason why Black high value men choose white women. I think a lot of it just has to do with Black women not being in those spaces.
In those spaces?
Yeah.
What spaces are those?
So I think that a lot of the time, like when you find Black women who have like more advanced degrees, they're in areas that maybe where you'll find Black men, they're not on the same paths that you'll find highly successful Black men, or they're just like not, they just end up that they're not in the same.
Okay. Where are high value, how are, where are women, non-black women going to find their high value husbands?
I don't think most Black women know where to find high value men.
Uh, See, this is why I think you saying they're not in those spaces. Give me some examples of the spaces you're talking about. For example.
Um, I don't know, and this is all just like my own speculation. It's not based on any
Right.
real.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
But give me an example of the spaces you're talking about. I mean, you have to have something in mind.
I think that Black women tend to just not be as well socialized as other groups are.
Give me an
Like,
example of the space, though. I need it.
um, like let's say STEM, right? Like science, engineering, math degrees. Like I don't think you
Okay.
find very,
That's a vertical, a career path. When you
yeah.
say the spaces, I'm thinking, look, black women exist in the same spaces with high value black men. It's called Earth. We're in the same cities.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? I'm in Atlanta.
Hmm.
I'm going to New York.
Yeah.
There are high value black men there. Black women are there.
I think, I mean, I guess you're right. Like I can't tell you specifically like what the spaces
You
are,
know
but
what I think more than anything, Marie?
yeah.
You don't care to compete to find them. You want black men to come knock on your door and pick you. You don't expect to have to get up and do anything except exist. And Becky's willing to actually go to compete.
Well, what is Becky doing to compete?
Well, one of the things Becky's doing to compete, I said it earlier in the show, Dr. Tia Son Johnson, University of California, Santa Barbara, teaches a class called Black Masculine Studies, one of the two classes in here, in this country, specifically about black men.
Hmm.
The largest enrollees in his class used to be white women. And when he asked most of them, why are you here? Because I date black men. I like black men. I want to learn more about the culture to be a better girlfriend, fiance, wife, significant other to the black men I like. That's a white woman going to a college class to learn about black men so she could be better. Have you ever heard of sisters doing anything like that to be better, anything to black men?
No.
Exactly.
But
Most
I think
black,
that you can like
okay,
if
let me give you another example.
mhm.
How often do you hear black men just say, smile, stop being so harsh, stop having the resting bee face, be more approachable?
Yeah.
And you go on Facebook and look at how many posts are up like that and all the angry black women saying, I should not have to do this, da 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 da. You go on YouTube, look at how to be more approachable.
Yeah.
And they say, smile, be flirty, this and that. And you're a black woman, and you know how most black women sit in open spaces and bars. It's with a hard face. You're laughing because you don't do anything to compete. That's competition. So
Hmm.
when Becky is going to class to learn about black men and learning how to fry chicken and make macaroni and cheese and learning how to twerk, I mean, these white girls are coming for y'all's neck. White girls
Well,
are embrace the booties. Yes, go to the 80s and butts was flat like pancakes. White girls have embraced the ass. They are coming for y'all's neck because they're coming for your men because they see you sitting on the sidelines expecting your men, the highest, the best of your men, to have to come not in your neighborhood to knock on your door to find you, and then you decide, well, I may go out with you. Versus they're going to class to find out where is he at. You better learn that they know how to find the how come all the white girls on campus know how to find the black men who are starting on the football team? Because they know what a paycheck look like. You're laughing because you know what I'm saying. So don't tell me that they're not in the spaces. It's just that many sisters don't have the attitude they got to do anything to get a black man.
I mean, I agree with a lot of what you say, Kevin. I think that Black women do, and I think like it makes sense that Black women would take for granted that they have access to Black men. Um, I don't know. I got
Yeah.
nothing.
I mean, you laugh and see the worst thing that ever happened was when white girls started twerking. I'm like, the black women not see that they are coming after their men? Uh, these hands, these challenges, and such and so forth. And what state are you in?
I'm actually in Atlanta now, but I moved here from New York 6 months
Mm,
ago.
I'm headed to New York this week.
Yeah.
So, New York is one of the most competitive cities in the world. But there are plenty of high value men up there.
Yeah.
So you can't say they don't exist. But
Oh
the
no, I
third
don't think they don't exist. I know they exist.
right. So do you want to do you want to get married one day?
I do.
All right. What's the longest relationship you've ever had?
About 2 years.
How long ago was that?
My last relationship ended a little over a year ago.
All right. So now you're in Atlanta. Before COVID, how long you been in Atlanta?
I moved here in March.
Okay. Worst time. So
Yeah.
what are you doing out here? Because Atlanta's like 17-1, and that's before you factor in the LGBTQ population. What are you doing to compete for black men here?
Well, dating was a lot easier in New York than it is here.
Yeah, so because you got to compete.
Yeah. I really haven't been out a lot just because of COVID. I came down here for a job, but
You hear that? That's your biological clock ticking while you're not dating. See, y'all act like, and I do that to make light of it. You're 31 years old,
mhm,
and you have been off of dating since March,
yeah.
acting like you got all the time in the world.
Well, I know that time is creeping up on me, Kevin, and I think like
But
I agree with a lot of what you said.
competitive women don't go March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That's all we're going into 9 months of no competition. And you're fully in the
Danger Zone!
27 to 35, the 8 year period where you better get your game face on. And you've taken it almost a year off?
It's not the most ideal time for dating.
Ma'am, I don't give a frat's ass. See, it's that attitude right there. The entitled, taking for granted attitude. Becky is coming to. So go ahead. It's not the most entitled. So
Mhm.
a lot of you black women that have your attitude, you only want to do something when conditions are perfect. It's not the best time. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Your attitude is not good. Oh, I don't want to go swimming. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, it's too hot. It's too that. It's too this. We need women who are saying yes. Look, you know what I'm saying is true, and you know you have seen women who get out there and all right. It's sad that our women that are so passive when it comes to mate choice,
Yeah.
and you're all right with it.
I'm not all right with it.
Well, yeah, you are, because you ain't doing nothing about it.
Well,
All
I
you
took a
keep
little break.
okay. Have you had a date since March?
I have.
How many? Have you had a second date?
Yes.
Third date?
No.
Have you had sex since March?
With my ex.
In New York?
He came down.
Right. So you had to fly in ex dick. Okay. That's sad. Unless y'all are getting back together, that's sad. You're in the black Mecca. And I live here. This city has not been locked down. But you're moving at 31 like you did at 21. As if you got a lot of life ahead of you. Do you want to have children?
I do.
Right. How many?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. So at 31, if you met a man today, and y'all got married, the soonest you start having children is at 32. High risk pregnancy starts at 35. At what point do you feel like you need to put the foot on the gas and get out there and get found? At what point?
I mean, I know that my time is running close. Like, I understand that, but also, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not, and Atlanta's a new space for
At
me.
what point do you feel like it's time to put the foot on the gas and accelerate?
I don't want to rush anything.
Exactly. You see what I mean, folks? The entitled attitude. I got all the time in the world. Dear, you're 31. You're not 21.
But Kevin, I also have to make the right decision. Like, I don't want to end up with a guy who is
Bullshit. This is more. No. You guys want perfection. You don't get perfection. You get best. I don't care about you falling in love. Love is stupid. Marriage is a business. Make a practical choice. And see, this is another thing that's jacking our community up. First, we got the color purpling of our community. Then we got the Harlequin romance, westernized, idealized, and black women. Dear, no one's knocking on a 31-year-old woman's door like they did at 21. You have to start moving with a sense of urgency because time is running out. I hear everything you're saying, but time waits for none of us.
Yeah. I agree with you, Kevin, 100%. I just don't.
So what's the fear? What's the fear in putting the foot on the gas and getting out here and getting found or moving around like you're running out of time? Because you are running out of time, man.
I guess I don't know. I have to learn how to put myself out there.
You know what? You know one of the things that harms black women more than anything else? This whole black don't crack stuff. You guys look in the mirror and you still look at 31 like you did at 21. You still look the same. And that's a double-edged sword. The reality doesn't sink in until you're 40. And it's too late, ma'am. You and your ex were together how long?
2 years.
And why didn't you guys get married?
His career potential.
His career money.
Money.
But it was good enough for you to be with him for 2 years.
I tried to help him build up a career.
What does he do for a living?
Well, now he's unemployed, but he worked for he was a corrections officer.
So, just for those keeping score, she flew in unemployed D. And you went to college where?
In New York.
So, for those who are keeping score, you have a bachelor's, master's, PhD, what?
I have a bachelor's.
Right. So you have a college educated, corporate attractive black woman dating an unemployed correction officer. Oh my fucking God. And you gave that 2 years.
Well, he wasn't unemployed when we met.
He wasn't shit when you met him either. I'm just gonna go there. He wasn't shit when you were not equally yoked. Not even
No, we
close.
weren't.
So he must have been putting it down right.
He was a really good guy.
Good guy, but you still
I
Man.
thought that if I helped him build his career up, that we could work. And
that sounds amiable, but ma'am, reality is you picked poor.
You're right. I did. Yeah.
So, and the sad thing is, I'm quite sure there were plenty more suitable men trying to holler at you, but you chose this dude that you needed to see. Oh, I'm tired of hearing you black women who feel like you need to work on a dude that's a project versus dealing with the project manager over here.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, Kevin. Like I actually met like the guy of my dreams while we were together.
And why did and where is he?
Well, he has a really great job in California now. But I was stuck in this relationship being loyal and
you weren't married?
We weren't married, but I was committed to it.
Oh Jesus. See, okay. Yeah, ma'am, book a session. Because this is nuts. At 31, you picked a guy who was going nowhere. And I'm going to just go out there and say he had to have hit your physical imprint because there was nothing from a man's standpoint to keep you there. Physically, he had to be what you liked. And you passed over suitable man after suitable man after suitable man. And what I'm saying is you're running out of time, ma'am. You don't get opportunities like this. You keep missing the boat. Give you an example. A man is on a ship. The ship sinks and he's on a life raft. And a little boat comes along. You need some help? No, thank you. God will save me. Then a couple of hours go by. A slightly bigger boat goes by. You need some help? No. God will save me. 10, 12 hours go by. Another boat comes by. It's a little bit like a rowboat. Need some help? No. God will save me. And eventually he gets tired, slumps, and drowns. And he's standing before God and said, God, I loved you. Why didn't you save me? And what did God say? I sent you 3 boats, you dummy.
Yeah. You're right. I can't even argue with
So
you.
at 31 years old, you wasted 2 years with a guy who just fit your physical imprint, who you could honestly see his resume that he was not on your level, and you let it go on for 2 years, and you're still fluting in unemployed D. You haven't learned your lesson yet. A boat comes by, and you don't get on this boat. The other boats that go by in New York City, and you don't get on it. Then you're in Atlanta, and you wait for 9 more months. Sorry, ma'am. When the clock is over and your eggs are powdered, don't be upset when you have to go buy that dog and you're by yourself, looking back over your life saying, this is what I mean by sense of urgency. Squaring up and acting like you ladies really don't have all this time. That's all I'm asking for you to do. Start realizing you don't have all this time and stop playing I don't want to say games. Erica, your microphone's not connected. But I think you've been a good sport though. I mean, you're an attractive woman, but you gotta start moving with a sense of urgency, Mom.
I will. Thanks, Kevin. I don't know how this became about me. I just came to give my input.
That's okay. Nobody can see you.
Fan.
Nobody can see you. Nobody can see you. It's just me and you. It became about you because you would fit in that kind of category of the kind of woman a productive, competitive, successful man or high value man would be looking for, but you're not out there in those spaces because you're off with, the correctional officer or you're in your house.
Yeah.
That's how it
That's
became about
that's
you. I
my
did
next step, Kevin. I'm gonna put myself out there. I know I
that,
need to.
and so that it became about you because you fit. And the reason the higher value black men go somewhere else is because women like yourself won't make yourself available to them.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you. Bye
Thanks,
bye.
Kevin.
Yeah. Shout out to the caller. Erica. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. What do you got for me?
Um,
Why? What did
get
I do
get
to you?
um, just getting the opportunity to speak to you. So please forgive me. I'm so grateful to be able to speak to you. But
Well, we're good. What do you got for
for,
me on the topic?
yes, for the topic, I used to be a woman that used to hate um, interracial dating. When I
Hmm.
would see a black man with a white woman, I used to get so burned up and angry inside. But that was a long time ago, and now I I hate to say it, when I talk to, like some men, and they talk to about their dating, I almost encourage them to
Hmm.
seek after other race women,
Why?
um, because I think that our men deserve the best. And right now, black women are not being the best. And I was raised like a typical black woman. Um, I wasn't raised to be feminine at all, but to be independent and strong, and no clue of being a wife. And I was very lucky that I worked around a lot of white women and went to school with a lot of different race women. And so I learned femininity from them, and I
Hmm.
owe them a debt of gratitude. I remember I have two children, and I had a brand new baby. And I heard this white woman, a coworker, well, this was before the baby came, but I heard a coworker of mine on the phone talking to her grown children. And I've never heard a mother speak so sweetly to her children before in my life.
Hmm.
They were baby and honey and dear and sweetie. And I heard her talk to her husband, and it was the same thing, so loving and caring. And the only thing that I ever heard growing up from the black woman in my life talking to children anyway was, sit your butt down,
Mm-hmm.
hush your mouth, don't make me get my belt. Just constant hostility, and towards their men the same thing. And a lot of people don't, want to see interracial dating because they think somehow it's going to mess up the black race. Well, we have a whole continent,
Mm-hmm.
Africa, full of black people. So the world's not gonna, we're not gonna commit genocide if some black men choose to find women that will submit to them the way that they are supposed to.
All we're
Um,
asking for is cooperation. That's
yes, sir.
it.
Yes.
Did you happen to get married?
Yes, yes, I did. Mhm.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And one more thing I just want to say to you, my children and
Hmm.
my husband's lineage owes you their life.
Huh?
Because although I was going on the right way, I still had some of those really nasty characteristics I was raised in. And listening to your videos over these last few weeks has even changed me. And I'm a woman that, that loves to serve and cook and clean and do all those things, but I still saw some of my mother's evil spirit in me. And
Mm-hmm.
listening to your videos has, oh my gosh, it's just improved our household so much. I take pleasure in serving my husband and my children where I didn't before. I
All
did it,
right.
I did
Right.
it, but I didn't do it with joy. And now it's like you've given me such a new purpose to my life. I'm on my husband's team, where before I thought like I had to, run things and oversee him, but no, I'm on his team, and it's freed me so much. And so thank you so much, sir, for I call this the Black Renaissance. What you're doing,
Well,
it's
thank
kind
you
of
very much.
yes,
Thank you
sir.
very much. It helps to hear that. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir.
Send me a Christmas
Oh, thank
card.
you.
Bye
Yes,
bye.
thank you.
All right. So, Alyssa, you're in the chat room just losing your mind, but apparently you're not listening. You're not listening, Alyssa, because let me bring you back in here because Alyssa's like, I can't believe you put her on blast. Like, can't put nobody on blast for not showing up. Um, Alyssa, you coming up next. Janelle. Janelle, how unmute yourself. Said, my future generations owe their lineage to you. What? Damn. Yay me. Janelle, unmute yourself, please. Hello. Hi. Good. You've called in before. What do you got for me?
Like you said, a lot of Black women don't care about the why Black men are dating out.
Well, okay. Yeah.
So I think that deep down, a lot of Black women know the answer, but they don't want to do the work. And there seems to be this sense of entitlement to Black men.
They're black women feel entitled to black men.
Yes, entitled to Black men, as if they
Okay.
automatically just get to date a Black man and they don't have to, work out or put in the work, be self aware, all
Well,
things.
I think I think you're right, and I think this whole has shown a lot of women that no, you're not entitled because if you were, there'd be somebody to the left and to the right. I think there are more women are finally starting to question it, which is a good thing. Um, what state are you in?
I'm in New York City.
Oh, okay. I'll be up there tomorrow
Oh,
or
yeah.
Friday. I'm seriously thinking about moving back to New York City. I love that city. I do.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
addicted to it. Yeah, it'll be something else. I can get to bring it and bust out my coats. But anything else before I go on to the next caller?
No, that's it. That's all I had to comment on.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Looking for my next ex-wife. Hey. So yeah, that's just so Morgan, you're next. No. Where's Doc at? I'm gonna get in trouble. She gonna I'm gonna be in trouble. My PhD gonna be mad at me. Morgan, how are you? Good. What did I get wrong?
Piece that is missing. I think the other caller brought it up as well. Is just it's hard to find a lot of times guys that you would want to date. I know for me personally, like I work around a lot of white males, but I don't necessarily find high value black men in my area that I typically frequent.
Okay. So it's hard to find high value black men.
Yes.
Where are you located?
DC.
DC. What?
DC.
Then to see the power of the nation, it's hard to find high value black men.
Yes.
Have you been on K Street?
Yes.
Um. Huh?
I work on K Street.
Uh, okay. Georgetown, John Hopkins, a lot of stuff in DC. Where do you go?
Yeah. I mean, typically I just go to work, go to the gym, go to
God,
church,
there you go, right there.
and
See,
and
hold
that's
on, hold
pretty
on,
much
hold
it.
on. You work on K Street. What do you
Yeah.
see? A high value man is special. True. Is a
Yes.
high value man is a high value man more rare?
Yes.
So, by definition, there's a limited supply, right?
Correct.
Have you ever had to go to a particular city or a particular store or to get the particular brand of shoe or purse or fragrance that you want because that only that one store sold it?
Correct. Yes.
So, like what?
Maybe for example, Chanel.
Chanel. Right. They don't sell Chanel everywhere. And depending on what Chanel you want, you can only get that in the Chanel boutique.
Right.
Have you ever
And
driven to Okay,
oh, sorry.
but you understand you have to go where the stuff is if you want where it is.
Right. And I think for me, I have a hard time. Like, I'm not the type that where I'd go up to a guy. So for me, like, I meet a lot of guys online per se, but then like we'll
But if you
talk for
physically
maybe
put yourself in, look, ma'am, and look, before Corona, if you physically put yourself around assertive, aggressive, ambitious men, we'll do the rest. You said you go to work, the gym, and home.
in church.
That's your problem.
Okay.
While Becky is going to the local Ruth Chris and having dinner at the bar on Tuesday night. Why don't you go to the steakhouses?
I do. Usually it's with a friend.
With who? A female
Sometimes.
friend?
Yes.
Wrong. You go by yourself.
Okay.
See, a high value man didn't become high value overnight. He had to work at it. And you ladies want high value men to come easy. Stop watching rom coms where you just run into them at Whole Foods. You need to be able to put some work into it. We deserve you having to come out and find us. That's right. Because your competition seems to come out and tell me, since you don't seem to see many high value black men in DC, do you see black men married to white women?
Yes, but I think I see more black women married to black men out here.
Okay.
So
But
I see both.
statistically, the numbers are, I put up stats at the beginning. Black women marrying white men, 4%. Black men marrying white women, 9%. That was in 2017. And the greater thing is, ma'am, if you want to, how old are you?
I'm 28.
At what point do you think you should start putting yourself out there
Now.
aggressively?
Now.
And see, that's what I don't understand with so many black women. You're aggressive and you're business minded when it comes to picking the right college, understanding all that. But then after college, y'all get game goofy and dumb. You just act like, well, it's over. I got a degree and I'm going to work. And you just make other people rich and work on other people's campaigns while they're out there with their wife and kids on a campaign trail, and you're working your ass to death.
Oh, I agree.
That's why I was saying what I was saying to Marie. Y'all gotta start getting competitive and stop this. Well, God's gonna bring them to me. We're not in the church, by the way. The church has abandoned black men a long time ago.
Okay. Okay.
We
I
abandoned. If you want to find a church, I would say find a large mega church, but don't find a traditional black church. We're not there.
okay. I have started online dating, and I do meet guys that way, but a lot of times they will talk for maybe about a week and then it stops.
Because your dating muscles are probably pretty atrophied. When's the last time you had a relationship?
About a year ago, last year, it ended last year.
How long was that?
4 years.
Why didn't he marry you?
Because I broke up with him.
Why?
Because he cheated at first and I stayed, and it just progressively got worse from there. So
He cheated in
it
year.
did.
He cheated in year 1 or year 4.
I think it was around year 3.
Why?
Um, I'm not sure why, honestly. I think he told me he wanted something different.
Okay. Well, ultimately, ma'am, a 4-year relationship. I don't understand why people are in these things this long without getting married. I just don't. I mean, I don't get why you ladies do this. I would take you at your word that he cheated in year 3 and you stayed. But if you haven't been in a relationship in a year at 28, that's crazy. You ladies need to stop taking these extended long time. You need to stay out there
Okay.
and date effectively. I don't know. How tall are you?
5'7",
Dress size.
8,
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
157,
How much?
157.
157.
Yes.
At 28, this is when
Yes.
matchmakers start. I would start using matchmakers. I'm serious, especially if you're out in an international city, ladies. Matchmakers.
Okay.
You got to start putting yourself out there because
Okay.
no one can pick any of you if they don't run across you,
Right.
and that's really what it comes down to. And that would be the best I could suggest right now. And if
Okay.
DC ain't working, move. All right,
Okay.
Morgan. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Let me
Bye bye.
get this crazy woman back on here. She just on here losing her damn mind. Unmute yourself. What are you talking about? Oh my God, did you just put on blast of flying out the D? This is frustrating. Why is it frustrating? I told her the truth.
I mean, it was just frustrating listening to your conversation with her
Why?
and hearing her talking about flying out the D, and then you
That's what
put
you
her on
did.
blast of flying out the D.
No.
I know,
I
it just
no. I didn't put her on blast, ma'am. I said it was a statement of truth. That's what she did. Is that not what she
your
did?
reaction. It is. That's what she said, and your reaction just amplified it. That's all I was saying.
Um, she flew in her ex-boyfriend who was a financial loser to have sex with.
Yeah, that I would never do that.
So what's wrong with my reaction?
There's nothing wrong with your reaction. I was react. Listen, we're on a Zoom. It was the chat. I'm on Zoom. I work on Zoom. So
And
it's like,
wow, facts. Black mothers are hostile. Oh man, she said to me, are you
yeah, I
hostile
agree
with
with
your
that.
children?"
No, I'm not hostile with my children, but when she said that, it brought back memories of how hostile my mother was with me, which is why I'm the total opposite with my
Right.
children. I'm actually a pushover, which is not good either.
Right.
But, you
So
know,
can I say something to you?
sure.
If your mother was hostile with you and she carried you for 9 months and loved you unconditionally, right?
I don't believe my mother loved me unconditionally.
Well, okay. But she carried you for 9 months. We can agree to that.
Yeah, she did the best she could do.
Right. And she loved you enough to make sure you didn't die.
Correct.
Can you imagine how she treated a man that she didn't carry?
Yeah, I watched how my mother treated my stepfather.
So I asked you about your mother and your father, and did you if you ever got your father's side of the story before he passed? And you
That was my
know,
biological father. I also had a
I know, but
stepfather.
my point was your mother. You ladies don't seem to realize, or
My
women don't
mother
seem to
what? Say
realize.
it, Kevin. Say it. Just be a straight. I know
I'm going
you're
to say it. Trust me, I
my
don't have
mother
any.
what? Say it.
Hold on. Look, I don't understand this. You ladies don't. You seem to think that your kids don't see your the way you act around men, and they don't model this. They see your bad choices with men. They see how you alienate. They see how you date the deadbeats, alienate the good guys, and then play victim when shit doesn't work. And your son is how old?
My son is 14.
14. You realize that if you start looking at Xennial boys around your son's age, you know, a large amount of young black guys are not even dating black women.
That's true. My son is attracted to non-black women. When he saw, my son was on social media one day and he saw a photo of a black girl, and she wasn't ugly. I mean, he was like, "Oh my God, she's ugly," and I was just like, "Oh my God, why did you say that? That was so
And why
mean."
did he
But
say it? And what did he say?
he said because she's ugly,
Mm-hmm.
and I
And
left it alone.
then if he's attracted to, when there's a video on YouTube, several videos going around right now, asking young black men who they like to date and why. White girls, white girls, white girls, white girls. Why not black girls? You know what the number one answer with black girls is?
What is it?
What do you think? Take a guess.
I don't know. You tell me.
No, take
I
a
can't
guess. And
imagine.
this is a conversation. I know the answer. I'm asking.
I think the answer is they're ugly. That's what I
Nope,
heard.
nope. Nope. And these young men are your son's age. They're mean. Black women are too mean. Their attitudes. That's the answer.
Yeah.
See, so many of you sisters really believe that this colorism and you don't like yourself, and it comes down to black men have been asking for 40, 50 years, just be nice.
Right.
But you can't be nice. And if you can't be nice, you can't be cooperative. The emotion that moves so many in the black community is anger. The default setting in the black community, shout out to Obsidian, is hate fucking. Women like
What
to
is that?
hate fucking, arguing, getting upset, getting turned on by arguments, and then end up having sex. Hate
Oh,
fucking.
yes.
The default setting.
It's aggressive.
Calm, huh?
It's aggressive. It's like
It's
aggressive type
negative,
of.
it's dysfunctional,
Right.
and sorry. When I told the story
The
here,
men are doing it too, though. So it's like taught behavior as well. Don't you think? Or no?
nope.
Am I wrong about that?
There we go. The men are doing it too. See, men don't typically we don't like arguments. It's not our nature. Black women, look at Monique, some more. Look at any black comedian and part of black female comedian, and I would almost guarantee you part of their female the skit is how black women act. Look, it's not rocket surgery or brain science. We just want you to be nice to us and
Right.
cooperate with us.
Right.
And but for some reason, for what well, for many reasons, you don't really want to cooperate. You want to do what you want to do. And and here's the sad part. You can only get away with that with men who you can control. That means men who make less money than you, men who may have a problem getting certain kinds of employment. So the disparity tends to be that women are here and they date down. But can you date a man that's on your level, income, education, and everything like that? And the answer tends to be no, because he is somebody that you must contend with. He ain't gonna just let you tell him what's up, what's not, and especially someone who's earning or making more money. You're not gonna argue with that. You know, a higher value man. You're not gonna argue with that. You come in the house with that attitude, he's gone.
But I think, I mean, for myself, I want a man, especially a black man that, is on my level that I don't have to come home and argue. I don't want to come home and argue with anyone. Like, that's not what I want to do, whether
Well,
you're
I
on my
understand.
level or not.
I understand. You may want it, but are you in an emotional and mental state to deal with it?
Right. So why do you think it's so hard for some black women? It's a valid question I'm asking you. I genuinely. Why do you think it's so difficult for some black women to, I don't know, be cooperative, be nice, stop being mean? Do you think it's like embedded in our DNA or something? Because
No,
it
no, no.
sounds
I
so
no,
extreme.
no, no. I'll tell you why. You haven't had your aha moment, meaning you have yet to take accountability for your actions, be honest about your position, your past, and things you've done, and apologize to the people you've hurt or wronged, starting with accountability.
Well, by then you say black women are in the danger zone.
It doesn't
So,
matter. You're not dead.
okay.
See, all of this is a choice. My mother was a virulent, hard to get along with black woman too, and then she finally put that bullshit down.
Well, can I ask you what made her do that? Because I'm
She got
struggling with that
tired of
with my own mother.
losing. She was right. She got taught just like most of you. You know the right thing. She's decided to stop losing, and she's been married 23 years since. You know the right thing is just when you gonna stop fighting.
And my mother's problem, I feel like for me, is she just, no matter how old I am, she still tries to treat me like a child and be so domineering and demanding. And then she
Why is your
inserts her
mother?
two
No offense,
cents
but
and
no offense,
my.
but ma'am, your mother shouldn't even come into this conversation. But the reason it does is because your mother's unmarried and you're unmarried, and your daughter's gonna be unmarried, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4 generations of.
I'm not going to let you put that curse on my daughter. So no,
Uh,
thank you,
I
sir.
I don't care what you like. I'm going to say what I see. See, that's your
I'm
problem.
just putting
And
out
I'm
there.
not
No,
putting no
thank
damn.
you.
You know what? I'm done with you. That was some stupid shit you just said right there. That was just some dumb shit. Some a curse, man. Screw you, lady. That's dumb.
No, don't.
That's just
That's
dumb.
not
No,
right.
no, man.
You can
No,
say
no,
it's
no.
dumb.
Kick rocks, bro. Kick rocks. Only curses being up under you. Crazy as French toast. Curse. Swear to gosh. And like I said, worrying about a mama. And Yosh, you can't get your stuff together. Mama's jacked up. You jacked up. Daughter gonna be jacked up. Look at where she come from. Son gonna be walking around confused as hell. Boop, 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 boop. Salute, man. I'm sorry, man. I just can't do it, man. I can't do it. Now I'm throwing out hexes and curses now, man. Hexes and curses, and I'm cursing you. Yeah. Better call Miss Cleo. Somebody that put roots on me. Anything to avoid. Anyway, this is overall a pretty good show. I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me. So, in the morning, supposed to flute out to Manhattan. Depends on if I get everything done. Morning or afternoon. Thing is, I like doing my show from here. For sure, be there this weekend. Appreciate everybody that called in. Let me go ahead and wrap this on in. Here's the thing. Black women. Black men want to be with you. Here this week in Atlanta, I have guys in my group, my Facebook group, The Mix, flying in from around the country. They want black women. I think there's this thought that when black men become rich and successful or whatever, they automatically want white women and Latinos. They don't. Black men want black women. Period. The majority of them, 80+%, the one thing that every last one of you sisters can do to help yourself get with a man and make a deal, make a relationship, is to just be cooperative. Forget being an 8, 9, or a 10. Forget being a dress 5'4", 120 pounds, dress size 4. You know what you can do right now? Is to get over the shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Have your aha moment, accountable, honest, and apologies. Learn how to do that and just learn how to smile and be cooperative and stop fighting. You'd be amazing at how appealing and attractive that is. Brothers willing to work with a woman like that. A woman that's got a forgiving spirit and is willing to not just, ain't none of us perfect. I ain't perfect. Look, we're going into this cold, dark winter, and I'm telling you, you will be amazed. I mean, think about it. Think about it. How many times do you see average or below average looking non-black or white folks? You're like, but they coupled up. You're like, well, they match each other. Look, love ain't got nothing to do with this. You need to start off with respect and then do what you can. And it's only too late when you give up. Yeah, I have the danger zone and no man's land and all this other kind of stuff. It's only too late when you give up. So If you're still coming around to this show and still watching, you must be here because if you've especially been here more than one or two broadcasts, some people don't like it, but then you have somebody else saying you've changed the life. And all I'm trying to do is have better outcomes because better out if you women are better, more cooperative, it's better for the guys. You'd be amazed at what men are willing to do uh, if you just cooperate with them a little bit. You know, makes me. I'm happy to see that more people are starting to have the conversation. Yes, I would rather see a productive, competitive, successful brother with a sister. They get together, marry, have their kids, buy their property, do all the other stuff, leave something to the kids. Yeah. I mean, 80% of any group wants to be with each other. And you're always going to have people who marry out, such and so forth. And hey, man, all the best to y'all. But see, the thing is, we would not worry about who's doing this or who's doing that if the majority of us were happy. That's what I think is the real issue. Most sisters are upset because they're unattached to anybody. Tomorrow night show, I really want to ask why don't y'all want to get married? Are y'all not hearing this? Or women will be like, I was with him for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. How long should you be in a relationship before you call it quits? Why are y'all with somebody over 12 months? I don't understand this. Why are you with somebody over 12 months? And this is an RP man, but I'm like, if you're as a woman, you got a clock. I think some of you guys just get comfortable. You take your eye off the ball, and next thing you know, you didn't messed around and wasted 2 years with somebody you knew from day one wasn't gonna do nothing. Well, see, that's why I say you should not go out with a man that you're not sexually attracted to on day one. You should not go on a second date with somebody that you would not have sex with that day. 3, and if you know what you want, if you want to get married, have kids, that needs to be discussed up front and date accordingly. Well, it's too hard. If I say all that, then I ain't gonna have nobody to date. Then try harder. I don't expect this to be easy. The higher up, the more rare you want a man or a woman, the harder you're gonna have to work. But somebody's gonna find them, right? Somebody's gonna find them. Might as well be you, especially if you live in an international city. If you have an international airport, there's no reason you can't find what you're looking for. Work, gym, church, home is a recipe for spinsterhood. Spinsterhood. What are we going to talk about tomorrow? Why are so many women afraid of commitment? We already talked about that. I want to talk about female infidelity. Do you ladies really think that men don't see y'all cheating? Are you ladies faithful? Is cheating only sex? What do you guys think? Kevin, check the super chats. Don't compete for 3% of population. Okay, bye. All right, you can go away. Oh yeah, she's stupid. Your husband. You know, this is a strange person to come along to just give money to say stupid stuff. And all that just to get all that taken away. Poor baby. I'll tell you what though. If your husband want to call in, here's what you do. You and your husband can call in. See, one thing that I would say is you're doing something right when you get people who come in and are that much in their feelings. I am going to stay on your neck. So you can say whatever you want. The only way you're going to talk to me is to pay as a good, don't say the word, pat your feet on the concrete and go get my money, woman. This woman going to actually say, you taking your husband's money to pay to talk to me. Who's the Mac? Ain't that some shit? Uh. Where are the moderators? So, anywho, this show is going to continue to go on. This show is going to continue to go on, and for good reason. I like doing it. And we're having good outcomes. I don't have to be right for everybody, just right for the people that I like. If you don't like the show, best thing you can do is leave. Let me see. So who's in New York City? Who's in New York City? New York City. I love New York City. God, I love New York City. And it's so cheap to fly to New York City. I would just go up there to get a steak. I love it. They paid around $25. I know, AJ, that shows you. So to the lady I just kicked off. When I say anger is an emotion that only these women know, you gonna pay money to get my attention, to get your comments removed. I'm like, that's just sad. Instead of just leaving. See, we're going to talk about that. That would be a good show. Black men are not your property. We are not your property. You don't get to talk to your dog and to your kids, but we aren't your property. And sadly, yeah, we're going to have this conversation. Far too many women like the one I'm talking about. You approach black men like we are your property. Fool, please. Ain't gonna work. If you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. I think he only loved me because I'm popping. So that was a good show tonight. Take it easy, guys. Give each other a little grace. You know, have some fun. I got to get out of here. It's been a long day. I got to pack so I can flute out. I can't wait to get back up there. I miss Manhattan. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Keep the information is needed. Hey, man, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. Because we gone. Good men. You are now a moderator. Shout out to Good Men for doing the timestamps on the show. Yeah, flued out. I know, man. That flued out is stuck with me, right? Shout out to Otasia. Shout out to Cornbread and them. Otasia Cornbread in the house. They mad at your godfather. Dang. Support me on Patreon, guys. Keep the show going. I love all my patrons who make it happen. Make a Patreon video dropping Friday. New Patreon videos every Friday. There you go. Meridian, what's going on, fam? Follow me on IG for videos you will see only in the frat room. You don't know what's going on. When they're up, they're up, they're gone, they're gone. The frat room is where it goes. Email your show ideas. info@bykevinsamuels.com or Ask Godfather topics. You put it in Ask Godfather and I may respond. You never know. Here's the thing. Go to bykevinsamuels.com. You can go down to the scheduling tab or booking and book your one-on-one session with me. Either virtual consult or just your general hour. That's how you do that. But respect my inbox. Love you guys. It's all cool.
So tell you good night.
Here's the thing I ask everybody. Treat everybody. You know, even if you've had bad experiences, bad encounters, everybody's different. Woosah and give a little grace. Give a little good faith. You'd be amazed how far you go, how much better you will be. With me, you get my respect until you damage it. I'm not one of these people you gotta earn my respect. Give people enough rope. Let them do what they do. That's how I choose to live life. How about you? Until next time, we out. Peace.